Good morning, students. Welcome back to our maths class. Myself, Mrs. Shagufta Sheikh, is again back with our lesson number 10, fractions. Students, in our previous video, we had seen the meaning of fraction, reading and writing of fraction. How, when a whole is divided between the two people, it is called as 1/2. And also when any object is divided into two equal parts, then each of the part is 1/2 of that object. And we had also seen what do we mean by quarters. When one whole bhakri is divided between four equal people, then it is divided, then one part is given to each person. Each share is a quarter of the whole bhakri. And also when any object is divided into four equal parts, each of those parts is a quarter of the whole. 1/4 is shown by the fraction 1/4. Numbers such as 1/2, 1/4 are called fractions. In a fraction, the number written above the line is the numerator and the number written below the line is the denominator. In the fraction 1/2, the numerator is 1 and denominator is 2. This we have seen in our previous video. And now we will move further. Students, now we will see what is mixed fraction. What do we mean by a mixed fractions? Now here one example is given for us. Let us see. 3 guavas have to be shared equally between two people. Now what they are telling, there are 3 guavas and it has to be shared between the two people. So what we can do? Here they have given first method. Divide each guava equally into 2. Give each person one part, that is half of each guava. In this way each person gets 3 halves. Therefore each person will have 1/2 multiplied by 3 is equal to 3/2 guavas. It means what they are telling us here, there are 3 guavas, so half of will give to one person. From one guava, half part we will give, then the second part also half we will give, then third part also half of it we will give to one person. That means he will be having 3 half of parts. So it will become 3/2. And in another method, what they are telling us, let us see. First give each person one whole guava. Then divide the remaining guava into 2 equal parts. Give each person one part of the third guava, that is 1/2 guava. Now here what they are telling us, they are telling us first let us give the one whole guava to both of them. Then the remaining one we have to give into 2 equal parts. It means half of guava we will give to both of them. So each person gets one whole and half guava. So how many parts will one person will get? They will get one whole and half of the guava. Each has 1 plus 1/2 guava. 1 plus 1/2 is written as 1.5. This shows that 3/2 is equals to 1.5. A fraction like 1.5 is called a mixed fraction. Now we will see 1.25, 2.25. First we have seen the mixed fraction. Now we will see 1.25. Now 1 whole and 1/4 makes 1 plus 1/4. This is written in short as 1.25 and read as 1.25. 3 wholes and 1/4 makes 3 plus 1/4. This is written in short as 3.1/4 and read as 3.25. In the same way, 2.1/4 is read as 2.25 and 4.1/4 is read as 4.25. Now we will see 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. So 1 whole and 1/2 makes 1 and 1/2. 1 and 1/2 is read as 1.5. Now we are having 1 whole and a half part. So how we will read 1.5. Now we will see 2 wholes and 1 half is written as 2.5 and read as 2.5. In the same way, 3 and 1 upon 2 is read as 3.5 and 4 and 1 upon 2 is read as 4.5. Now we will see 1 and 3/4, 2 and 3/4, 3 and 3/4. First we have seen 1 whole and 1/4. Then we have seen 1 whole and half. Now we will see 1 whole and 3/4. So 1 whole and 3/4 is written as 1 and 3 upon 4 and read as 1 and 3/4. In the same way, 2 and 3 upon 4 is read as 2 and 3/4 and 4 and 3 upon 4 is read as 4 and 3/4. Now this is the exercise of your textbook. Read the following fractions and write them in words. There they have given you the fractions and we have to write them in words. So they have given us the 2 and 3 upon 4. So how we read the 3 upon 4 as 3/4. So we will write 2 and 3/4. In the second they have given us 3 and 1 upon 4. Now how we read 1 upon 4 as quarter. So we will write 3 and a quarter. In the third one they have given us 11 and 1 upon 2. And 1 upon 2 is half. So how we will read this? 11 and a half. In this way you have to write them in words. The second question, read each of the following and write the fractions. Now here what they have given us? They have given us in words and we have to make the fraction. So first they have given us is 4 and 3/4. So how we will write 3/4? 3 upon 4. So first we will write 4 and how we write 3/4 as 3 upon 4. So we'll write 4 and 3 upon 4. Second, 10 and a half. Half we write as 1 upon 2. So we'll write 10 and 1 upon 2. Now next they have given us 14 and 3/4. How we write 3/4 as 3 upon 4. So first we will write 14 and we will write 3 upon 4. In this way you have to solve the problems. I hope you all might have understood till here. The remaining sums you will do for your homework. And kindly subscribe our channel to receive further notification. Thank you.